Terror struck India's Jammu and Kashmir on the eve of Eid today. Hours after an army man was abducted by terrorists, a veteran journalist was shot dead in Srinagar. Shujaat Bukhari, the editor-in-chief of Rising Kashmir, was attacked by unknown assailants in Srinagar. He was attacked just as he stepped out of his office in Press Colony in the state capital. He was reportedly hit by multiple bullets fired at close range in his abdomen. Two security guards protecting him were also shot at. All three were rushed to the hospital where Bukhari was declared brought dead. He was given police protection since an attack on him in the year 2000. He had survived 3 attempts on his life in the past. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti expressed shock and offered condolences to Bukhari's family.
ये तो शॉकिंग है, इससे ज़्यादा क्या कह सकती हूँ मैं। अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही मुझे मिलने के लिए आया था ये।
Bukhari's killing comes amid a raging debate on the Indian government's Ramzan ceasefire. Remember, the government of India had halted operations in the holy month of Ramazan, which is still on. The central government had asked security forces to not launch operations but respond if targeted, and only if targeted. The Home Minister of India, Rajnath Singh, also expressed condolences. He said on Twitter, and I'm quoting, "The killing of Rising Kashmir editor Shujaat Bukhari is an act of cowardice. It is an attempt to silence the saner voices of Kashmir. He was a courageous and fearless journalist, extremely shocked and pained at his death. My thoughts and prayers are with his bereaved family." Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, also tweeted, and I'm quoting again, "Shocked beyond words. May Shujaat find place in Jannat and may his loved ones find strength at this difficult time." And with me is my colleague Iftikhar Gilani. He writes for the DNA, our newspaper. Iftikhar, thank you for joining us here. And you've known Shujaat Bukhari closely. Tell us about the man that he was.
He was 1 year junior to me in the Government College Sopore. We started journalism together. He started in Srinagar. I started in Delhi. So our journey in journalism was almost side by side. And he was an extremely affable person, and most of all, among the Kashmiri journalists, was the one who was very articulate, and he was the one for last few years who was actually working for actually combining as a peace activist as well. So he has many. I think the last year he managed to in Dubai to get the people from Hurriyat, people from BJP, people from National Conference, people from PDP together in a room to discuss peace, and with the Indian and Pakistani guests as well. So he was a kind of a person who was actually a kind of a hope that he is actually mediating, trying to bring peace in Kashmir. On a personal note, I think just 20 minutes before he was talking to me. There was yesterday a seminar in Delhi in ORF. Some panelists had spoken against him, and he was just inquiring from me that what had happened. So then we were just talking about. He said that okay, we'll talk later in detail. It's iftar time. I'm going home for the iftar. And just 20 minutes after that, I got a call from my another friend. He said that Shujaat is no more. He was in his lab, getting into hospital.
You know, nothing justifies killing, but would you say that this does the biggest disservice to the cause of Kashmir, to the people of Kashmir, to kill a man who was trying, at the risk of his own life, to strike peace?
This is a story of a Kashmiri journalist. Almost every Kashmiri journalist has suffered like that. Last 30 years now, it is the 12th journalist who has been shot dead in Kashmir. See, Yusuf Jamil, he survived. How he survived. And the most tragic of all this is that right from the editor of the As-Safa, Muhammad Shaban Wakil, to this date, none of these killings have been investigated. Nobody has been prosecuted. Nobody has been convicted for these killings. That is the most shameful act of all these killings, which is a common line about all these killings who are killed. Whoever has killed them, I think nobody is in these killings. Nobody even owns of the killings.
You know, today, earlier today, we were discussing amongst ourselves in the newsroom that we report 2 people killed today, 3 Jawans killed today, 4 deaths today. We don't sit down to look at the cumulative impact of this, the number of lives that are being lost. And at a time when the government of India has announced a ceasefire, just a day before Eid, what is the message do you think his killers are trying to send?
It is neither the first killing nor it will be the last killing till till the peace returns to Kashmir, or till some sanity actually gets back into the Kashmir. I was just telling you in the 1990, the killing of the editor of a newspaper. Till this date, In between also, I think the very prominent journalist Zafar Meraji survived, Yusuf Jamil, he survived, and another journalist of us, Muhammad Sultan, he was killed almost in a similar way. The only issue, the problem is that whoever had killed, actually in the prosecution authorities, police authorities have also never shown the kind of courage or kind of inclination even to investigate those killings, or to at least nail those people who had killed these journalists. Killing of a journalist, I think it quite regrettable thing actually is also that in the rest of the country, the people also, or we in the rest of the country, we don't even appreciate, we don't even acknowledge the kind of difficulties with which the Kashmiri journalist is working in Srinagar.
Indeed. Iftikhar, thanks very much for shedding light on the life and times of Shujaat Bukhari. Journalist turning into cannon fodder of this conflict in Kashmir is the most shameful aspect of it. Thanks very much for joining us and our thoughts with Mr. Bukhari's family.